Oh, well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Waited to Win. Good to be with you on this Friday. We're just, a few weeks away now from the Hollywood Bets Durban July. That fever is building up too beautifully. We're all looking forward to what pans out to be a fantastic day's racing. And there may be one or two answers I'll see this weekend if anything comes out of what's about to come. So hopefully you've scanned your code, have you already? Or you got your Betway account up and running? Best be the case. And we've got our Waited to Win WhatsApp number, and we're on X, as you know, and all those sorts of things. Get engaged with us, in touch with us. We want to know what you like for the July. Now we're at Friday out in Quebec, of course, and Nino Podesta's on the line. He's going to talk to me about what is a polytrack meeting today. 1,200 meters, the first race on the card, and it is a maiden and juvenile plate for fillies. And pull up the market from Betway this morning, where you've got 16 to 10 about number 4, Make Believe, and number 6, Wishes and Dreams, currently priced up at 18 to 10. And the third choice, perhaps worth mentioning, number 5, Money Galore, who's at 28 to 10. Now, given the fact that Richard Fourie rides for the owners of the top two, Nino, I would imagine he'd have a choice, the one being trained by Gavin Smith and the other Alan Greef, or perhaps it's always with Alan Greef, his decision.
No, he's contracted to Alan, so they are both owned by the Richmond, but he's got to ride the Alan Greef trained one. There's no doubt about that, and I think that's going to take all the beating. I mean, last time over the 1,000, look how she was finishing. She had a bad start and was finishing very, very strongly. But I don't want to go out the first leg. In my personal bipod, I will bank a number 6, Wishes and Dream. That's my clear first choice. And I do respect number 4, Make Believe, and number 5, Money Galore. So I put them all three in, Clyde, because I want to double up in the first leg.
Okay, and I see later on Nino's bankering in race 3. He's bankering that number 4 horse, that is, on the card. In terms of, or in the third leg of the bipot anyway, he's bankering the 4. And in the fifth leg, he's bankering the 1. And for that, it costs 180 Rand. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Race number 2 on the card is next, and this particular event does start up place accumulators and all. There's our WhatsApp number, 069 164 3272, and remember, we are on X. And there's the code. Just take your phone, use that code. There are lots of Hollywood Bet Durban July promos with Betway, just by the way, if you haven't used or haven't started using your Betway account. So that's just a heads up to everybody, so you know good prizes coming. Okay, so this maiden class field that runs in the second race, let me give you an idea what Betway have decided to do with the betting this morning on race number 2. And right now we've got 12 to 10 about Alan Greef and Richard Fourie horse, Green Ochre, number 2 on the card, 1 Grand Allegro, second choice at 17 to 10. And my feeling from your perspective, Nino, is that you're making it 2 horses.
Yes, Clyde, I think it's an absolute 2-horse race. I can't split them. They're both confident. The stables and the jockeys are confident that they will win. So I'm putting both in. I'm not taking any chances here. And we'll probably double up. I can't see anything besides the full brother to Global Drummer, number 5, the Global Drumbeat, to show some improvement here. And that could be the horse for the trifecta, but this looks like a 2-horse affair between Grand Allegro and Green Ochre. I like the way Green Ochre finished last time. I think the 1300 is going to be even better, and I'm slightly in the camp of the 2 to beat the 1.
Okay, you heard what Nino said there, that both jockeys are confident here. Richard Fourie and Chad Little, they both think they'll win. Keep watching Betway Waited to Win, because after this race, when we talk about the next, I'm going to ask Nino what's his prediction or what he fancies, early fancy for the Hollywood Bets Durban July. Okay, welcome. How you all doing? Let's get back to the third race now, and it's time for the pick 6, and get some pick 6 money, for the Durban July. Before we get into that, scratch in this race, note that number 5 is not taking part, so it will leave you with a field of 7 runners. Before we talk about Nino's choice, there, by the way, there's the code. Start scanning away. Before we talk about the source, Nino, that you like Hat Montera and all the bits and pieces that go with it for the Kelly Michie stable, I see I think you've bankered that in some of your exotics and all that, and quite a nice price. But just before we talk about that particular meeting, I want to pick your brain just very quickly on the Hollywood Bets Durban July, because the log's out, the top 20, kind of know where we stand. I don't know if 8 on 18 is running or not. Whisper tells me that is running. And does that change the perspective on your selection? What is your selection so far?
Well, Clyde, I think after yesterday, I believe that the horse that is 19th on the log, a horse called Mucha Dinero, I can't see that taking its place. So there's going to be one of the others coming in the race. But if 8 on 18 does run, I think 5 to 2 is a brilliant price. I cannot see that horse losing the July. I make the danger maybe the Cox horse immediate edge, but I'm strong in the camp of 8 on 18 if it runs. I'm not sure. I've been trying to find out, and I cannot. I believe it will run. Personally, I believe it will run.
Well, I guess we'll know next week when the field's announced what the situation is there. So there you go. You heard it from Nino. Now, let's talk about this particular race at Montera. Nino, quite a nice price, 11-2.
Yeah, and my clear first horse, Cloud. I'm taking a chance here. It's a very weak maiden. All the horses here are exposed. They've all had 14 runs, 12, 14 runs. I think at Montera, I was actually hoping to see the blinkers come off. Have you got any equipment change there?
I can find out for you and get that information up for you quickly. That's obviously going to make a bit of a difference for you. Let's see. Yes. I'll let you know. In terms of the card changes in the third, we know that Battle of Britain's out, and equipment changes. That horse number 8, cheek pieces off and blinkers on.
Okay, but anyway,
that's all.
But I'm taking my chances with that at Montera. I'm strong in the camp of that. Have a look at the penultimate run when she ran 2 lengths behind Duchess de Orange. I know Cheap Thrills ran in front of her, but look at the weight swings. I think Montera is as much as 7 kilos better off with Cheap Thrills. I'm very disappointed with Global Scene. I think she likes the turf. She doesn't like the poly. Oh, Mandy has been disappointing. Fantasy Girl, I know they're trying the distance. They don't know which is the best distance. They're not very confident with that. So I'm in the camp of Hot Montera. I've banked her in the PA and the bipod. I haven't done the pick 6 because it was costing rockets. I had no bankers in the pick 6.
Oh, maybe what we'll do, if you're so confident, we'll banker this and we'll use the rest of your jackpot. So if you want to put that 200 on, everybody, with Betway at 11-2, you'll get 1100 to 200 on Hat Montera. Time now for race number 4. Let's get into that particular event. It is the start of the first jackpot, which hopefully will warm you up for those that are facing the brave, that face the weather here in Gauteng. I don't know about the rest of the country, but pretty cold here. Jack in the Green is top of the boards. This is a handicap, by the way. It's at the 78 level, and it is run over 1,900 metres. Betway's market this morning, I've got Jack in the Green at 7-2 favourite, 9 Red William, 9-2 second choice, but then you've got a whole lot of them thereafter where you can get 5, 6, 7 to 1. So maybe a bit of roll of the dice, perhaps got a small squeak. I'm going to ask Nino now what he thinks, and get your pens and papers or your QR code codes out, your scanning machines, your phones, to get this jackpot taken as quickly as possible. Talk to me, Nino.
Yeah, Clyde, I'm talking to you, and now we're getting into the real thicker of the racing. Very competitive. There's nothing between Jack in the Green and Red William. In actual fact, Red William being half a kilo better off, it's just about got the beating of Jack in the Green. I'm happy between those two, but please note that all the horses that I like, they're all drawn in the bush. Now, Jack in the Green, drawn 12. Catch the Tune, drawn 15. Red William, drawn 11. I like Roll of the Dice, drawn 13. And Slanter Math is the only one that's got a bit of a draw and has to go in. I believe the betting is right. That's the 5 horses are in the betting, and that's the exact 5 horses I put in my jackpot. 1, 2, 5, 6, and 9.
Okay.
But I'm in the camp of number 9 to beat the 1.
Okay, and this jackpot, as you can see, We'll be depending on Lady Zoltanite. Who comes up next? Hello everybody, welcome back to Betway's Waited to Win. We're on to the second jackpot now, which takes us to the end of the meeting, 5, 6, 7, 8. And ask Nino to work it out. We know we're depending on Lady Zoltanite in terms of the first leg. So we're going to talk about Kelly Mitchell's runner, that the pluck he's riding. He claims he takes his 2.5 off the back, and he'll give us good reason as to why he's banked that. From a Betway perspective, let me give you an idea that at this point in time, Lady Zoltanite's priced up at 33-10 favourite. Second choice, number 4, Darling Harbour at 7-2. And one other perhaps worth bringing to your attention is number 9, Take Your Time, who, when doing the show recording this morning, priced up at 9-2. So Lady Zoltanite, Nino, got the top weight, but the Appy takes some weight off.
Clyde, he takes a 2.5 kilos off. The nearest danger, I heard, is Darling Harbour, which is fancy. But have a look at the last run. She was given too much to do behind Call to Glory. And I strongly believe that if that race had been 2000, she would have just about have won it. Now, she ran 2 lengths behind Call to Glory, and Darling Harbour ran 1.5. So she ran half a length behind Darling Harbour. But she's 3 kilos better off today, and it's an extra 100 meters. For that reason, I'm strong in the camp of number 1, Lady Zoltanite, and I think 33-10 is a fair enough price to have a punt. But, in the pick sixes, for those that are playing the pick sixes, you've got to add Darling Harbour. But for me, I think Lady Zoltanite has got Darling Harbour's number today.
Okay, once this wins, hopefully touch wood it does, have a look at what you got in terms of the rest of the remaining legs of the jackpot. Yeah, it's a promising one. Let's shout this one home. Okay, we've got just a few more races to go. If you've just joined us on Betway Waited to Win, it's good to have you with us on this Friday. One of the weekends or preludes into the Hollywood Bets Derby in July is just a few weeks away. That's obviously all the rage. And we look forward to that big race meet when it comes to the first Saturday in July. There's a reminder about your Betway account, because they're giving away some very good promos if you haven't already been doing them, etc. It's time to get your account activated, and that's the simplest and best way to do it. As you can see on screen, all of their messaging in terms of what they're doing behind the scenes. Now, on to race 6 here at Fairview in Quebec, and this is a handicap. It's at the 82 level. 4 fillies and mares, and the latest in the market is that Strata, Alan Greef's horse that Richard Verree rides, priced up at 2-1. Number 5, Sharapova, 3-1. And the 1, Bomber Girl, 7-1. And where do we draw the line? Is it just the top 2, or does it go deeper?
I think it goes a bit deeper than that, Clyde. Strata, I don't know how she's going to do on the Poly 1200. The run behind in Debe, Mayube, hasn't been frank. That ran a shocker last time out. Sharapova, I think, would like a little bit further. Very concerned over the 12. I think she would like the 1,1400 meters. Bomber Girl, she's been running against the best in PE. Have a look at the runs behind Lovegrass, Elodix, Paris Les, and she gets a 2.5. The only concern there is the 9 draw. But here's my value bet in the race, Clyde. Number 7, Jambosana. She loves the course and distance. I think she's going to be right there. So that's my first choice in the race, Jambosana. I respect Bomber Girl. You've got to put Strata in. Richard jumped off Sharapova to ride Strata, so that's got to be respected. Sharapova has to go in. And then another horse I want to put in is number 9, Thread of Life.
Okay, we've got them in there on your screen at the moment, and we're floating, as you have already pointed out to us, Nino. Jambosana is the choice in this particular event. It's a floater in that trifecta with 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Welcome back, everybody. Betway Waited to Win. Let's move on to our next event. We've only got 2 more to go now, and we're going to get shaking the reins with Nino now. He needs to kick in to give us his last 2 winners. Final editions, top of the boards in this particular event. And let me tell you what it is. If you don't know, if you haven't got a book or anything in front of you, it's a Handicap 88 and they're going over 1,600 metres on the poly. There are 11 of them that line up. The favourite in the race from Betway, this was Final Edition, tops the boards at 5-2, Alan Kreef and Richard Free. Now, we've got a message from Hollywood Bets around what the story is with Final Edition. They say he was unlucky not to have won his last start. He ran into traffic problems in the straight, this horse. The son of Dynasty jumps from a good draw and should get a good run in transit. Ridgemont jockey Richard Free rides, and he should be involved in the finish. They sound quite bullish here, Nino.
Yeah, Clyde, I don't blame them. They have to be bullish. I mean, they ran a cracker last time, but to me, this is a very competitive race. I can make a case for every single horse in this race. So I like a bit of an outsider here, a horse by the name of Dowser. He's been taking on some very strong horses in PE, the Kaya's Hope, Binguas, the Golden Pieces, and I think he'll run a big race with Luma Cox were up at a good price. Slings and Arrows, I think, will also be there or thereabout. Destiny's Angel can come back to his best and beat a field of this nature. Gee whiz, I think every horse here has got a chance of winning. I've gone the field. I don't want to take chances. I do believe a Final Edition can win, but I don't make it a certainty. And if he gets beaten, it's open to any kind of result here.
Okay, so Nino shouting Sharon Cotson's also. Dowser, who's priced up at 8.5 to 1 at the moment, floating that with a field in the trifecta. All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now. Let's move on to the last race on the card out, Quebec Fairview Racecourse, and see what the story is. Yeah, maybe get a quartet or something from Nino and get some action going as we move into a solid weekend's racing. Some good racing coming up on Saturday and Sunday, and of course, public holiday on Monday. More racing, and then again on Tuesday. So, yeah, good to have back-to-back racing the next few days. Right. Where are we at the moment? We're on the last race, and this particular event, which is the 8th and final, happens to be a 66 handicap. So we're in the E division, so to speak. Fillies and mares, 1,400 metres, and a nice large field of 13 of them that are going to go to the gate. Get an idea from Betway as to give us some guidance from a market perspective. Would be 3 to 1 the field, but it is Alan Kreef and Richard Free once again the top of the boards. Number 1, Courageous at 3 to 1. Chad Little's in there riding Lady Luck. Nino, you give it a chance?
Yes, I do. I give it a chance. And this is a lowly rated 66 handicap fillies and mares. And some people tell me it stands for field and more. But I'm in the camp of number 6 here, Clyde. I like Ice Cap. Zaki back on from a fair draw. I think she'll be right on top of them. Lady Luck won a very good race last time, over course and distance. Well, that one with Chad Little, that would be my second choice. Courageous jumped from an awkward draw of 11. He just doesn't seem to want to win. He always finds something to beat him. I think he'll be there, but I don't just quite see him winning. So I like number 6 here, Clyde, Ice Cap.
Thanks for your time today, Nino. I wish you have a great day's racing and hope all has been good, or you have, and look forward to chatting to you again soon in the course of the following week. Nino floating the 6 here with all those horses on the screen. This is the most watched tipping show in South Africa. Betway, Weighted to Win.